Hey folks, Chris here with MPC Remote Start. Today I'm going to show you how to take this remote car starter and install it into this 2018 Toyota 4Runner key to start. Let's get started. Okay, to start this remote start install, we're going to need to remove this lower dash panel. To do so, we need to remove this kick panel to gain access to the 10mm bolt that's on this side. And then there's another 10mm bolt on this side behind this little door that will allow us to remove this lower dash panel and drop it down. Okay, we're going to start to remove the lower door sill here. Just take your little panel puller, that'll pop that up out of place. That'll give you access to the kick panel. There's a small little round nut here by this little floor pad. You're going to unscrew it and pull it out. That'll allow us to get in here and pull the kick panel loose and pull it out. From here, we're going to gain access right here to this 10mm bolt. Okay, we're going to take our ratchet and remove the 10mm. Move over to the other one. Okay. Before we can fully release this side of that lower dash panel, you're going to pull this little bezel off right here, allowing it to free up the removal of this side of the dash panel. There we go. That'll pull that side. Now we can release this side. This panel will drop down. We'll release these connectors and get this panel out of the way. We need to remove the lower portion of the steering column jacket. On each side is the screw to the left and right hand side of the steering wheel. So we'll turn the wheel this way to access this screw, then we'll turn the wheel the other way to access the other screw. So we've clipped off the top half. Now we're going to go ahead and bring the bottom half off. There we go. This is the ignition connector right here that we're going to remove to plug in our T-harness. So what you're going to do is reach in, push down on the tab, pull this harness right straight out, then we're going to connect our T-harness to that. All right, so now we're going to take the male end of our T-harness, plug it into our ignition connector, making sure everything snaps correctly into place. Then we'll take our factory male and plug it into the T-harness female. Make sure all that snugs in fit. We'll wrap the T-harness cable back here underneath this bezel, and then we're going to use this 10mm bolt right here for our ground connection. There we go. Okay, now we need to move over to the ECU, and this middle connector right here is the one we're going to use. So we're going to push on it and unplug it. Now we're going to plug in our T-harness to this connection. We'll take the male ECU connector, you'll plug it into the female T-harness, clip that into place, and then we're going to take the male end and plug it directly back into the ECU. Okay, and that's our connection there. So we're going to go ahead and wrap the T-harness back underneath this bracket here so that we can get behind everything, because our next connection is going to be the OBD2 connector. All right, this is the OBD2 connector that we're going to pull out from the factory bracket. We're going to go ahead and push in on the tab, pull it straight out. Then now we're going to plug in this to our T-harness. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and plug in the male portion of our T-harness. Now you take the connector from the T-harness and you're going to push it through here and snap it into place, and that'll take over the factory mount. All right, this loose pink and black wire for the hood is not needed. We're going to go ahead and cut that off, remove it. Also, for the sliding doors, this is a 4Runner. It's not compatible, so we're also going to cut those off. Lastly, this connector here for the T-harness is not used in this install. We're going to wrap this up and tie it away. We've located the blue wire right here, which is our lock motor wire, in this 36-pin connector. We're going to go ahead and release this down. You'll slide the black connector down. This is going to allow this connector to pull out. We're going to put our T-tab right here on this blue wire. Okay, now that we've got the T-tab connector on there, we plug this back into place, clip that connector back in. We're going to take the red spade connector from our LMM Evo and plug it directly into here. We'll confirm on both sides it's made. Okay, this connector here will plug into the Evo 1 once we're completing the install. Okay, we're ready to program the module. To do so, you're going to press and hold down the program button. While holding down the program button, plug in the 6-pin connector. The lights are going to start to alternate. We're going to let go on a solid red and blue together. So go ahead and plug in the rest of our connectors. The red connector, the white 5-pin, and then our white 20-pin. Now press the program button 2 times, 1, 2. Waiting for the red and blue to flash. There we go. Now we're going to put the key into the ignition, turn the ignition to the on position. Okay, the lights will go out. We're waiting for the red and blue to flash, and then just the blue to flash. There's our blue flashing. Turning the ignition key to the off position, blue will go out. Our programming is complete. Now that we've gotten the module connected and programmed, we're ready to plug in the LMM Evo connector. So you plug in the black 3-pin connector right here, and that will allow us to activate with the 3 locks. Okay, we're going to do a real quick test start just to confirm all the connections are good. So it's lock, lock, lock. Mode start activates, vehicle starts, everything's operating. Good, we're going to go ahead and press on the brake pedal, shut it down, and put everything back together. Okay, to remote start your vehicle, we're going to press lock, lock, lock. This will activate the remote start and the vehicle should start shortly. There we go. So to simply do a takeover, press the unlock button, get into your vehicle, close your door, put the key into the ignition, turn it to the full on position, and step on the brake pedal. You may now put the vehicle in gear and drive away.